ex-Marine Corps. Hoorah! Hey! You did that yesterday, too. Where's the... Come over here, Bob.
We're going to have Richard Calvo lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now, a lot of people here don't know him, but all of us veterans in the community and the surrounding communities know him because he's done so much for us and been there every time we needed him. Phil Miller is going to play the national anthem. We have a number of guests here tonight from different entities that support our veterans and our military everywhere, and I'm going to acknowledge people are here, but I'm not going to have people making speeches, and we're going to get to eating quick and having a few drinks together, and we're going to have this night dedicated to a good time. To a good time for a great, great person. So I tell you, right now, we're going to have the invocation by one of our members, Andy Daly. After we eat, we'll acknowledge all of the guests, and we will go forward from there. Andy?
I would like to call down the blessings of Almighty God, the Heavenly Father, upon our special guests and this food. Bless, Heavenly Father, bless everything, bless everybody here. In the name of God and Jesus, amen.
We're going to cut the cake later, but before we do that, we're going to proceed with the program, and then we'll have the dessert a little later. And he's dry, so I gotta let Commander Peter Fumafredo have a little sip, and then he will take over the program right now, and he will have the honor that, you know, they tell me that I didn't see Channel 12, but Bob Bodie mentioned something about chills. Chills run up your spine when you're in the presence of a guy like Robert O'Malley. Well, now that I've been in his presence a little while longer, believe me, I know what he means. Chills run up your spine, no matter what shape our country's been in. People like him have always made it work out.
That's it, you hand it over.
Good evening. Tonight we wanted to bring, one of my good friends, besides But how the Medal of Honor really started, as we were building it up, Bob came back about 2 or 3 times with our red honorees. We had 5 Medal of Honors coming. And this I have to tell you, I sat down with Senator Terrence Murphy. I said, why don't New York State have its own Medal of Honor Day? Because National Medal of Honor Day is March 25th, too cold. So he says, no problem, we're gonna put it in now. He put the bill together, he submitted it to the Senate, and it passed the Senate. So he's the lead senator to leave, and then he got the Assemblywoman Hunter to put in the same bill in the Assembly. So starting next year, it'll be officially the first official Medal of Honor Day in the state of New York, which we're gonna be in Putnam County next year. It'll be the first parade to go to Putnam. And we want to thank you, Senator, because anytime our post, like John, you need anything, he's right there. When it comes to even naming bridges, he always goes out for veterans. And that's why I say between him and between Mary Ellen Odell, who's another good friend that's very gung-ho with veterans. That's over here. So when I came in, John says, look, you got to bring Bob up here. I said, yeah, he'll come up. He'll come on the other thing. Bob, you know, he don't like to talk about a lot of things. He was from Queens. When, you know, that's why I passed the book out instead of going through his whole citation. You can see what happens, you know, what snaps on that one time on the battlefield. And he went out, disregarded his own self, went out there, got wounded, shot, three Purple Hearts, but he still brought everybody back, and he refused to get on a helicopter. He stood there until everybody was out, and then he went down. We were honored to have him here. Even though I was in the Army, this is the Marines. So without any ado, I'd like to put it back to John, because Bob doesn't do too much talking. I guess we're going to do some presentations, John.
I'd like Commander Bodie to get something that we need out of the closet.
Uh-oh.
And we're changing the schedule just a little bit, but that's my prerogative. Everybody knows I'm half nuts. So Bob, our post was wondering, what do you give a guy like Bob? What do you give to a Medal of Honor winner? And I've got a couple of presents.
Start with this, it's great.
Sure, go ahead, hey.
I can smile now, hoorah!
This is something that the Post members thought might be a little unique, and you may surprise me and shock me and say I have it. I'm going to give it to you and tell people what it is at the same time, because we want you to open it, because they want to get a picture of it with the camera. This is the proof coin for the silver dollar for the Medal of Honor that was commissioned by Congress. This is one of the proof coins for that silver dollar. It has the Medal of Honor on one side, and you'll see the thing, and it's in a little wooden case. This is yours. Please open it so people can see it. And while he's opening that,
I'm glad I don't have any stocks. I was going to say the gold or silver first.
and while he's opening that, we have the proof coin, because I know how Marines cry if they don't have all the Marine stuff. I'm Navy. And you used to be an affiliate, an auxiliary.
Okay,
Okay.
hang on. Here's something for the Navy. I went overseas twice in Far East and Japan, and about a good 35, 40 days. So I did about 160 days on the cruise ship you gave us. It wasn't a cruise ship at all. A piece of metal floating out there.
Okay.
160 days on ship.
The second present is a proof coin for the 230th anniversary of the Marine Corps from the U.S. Mint.
Christmas to my kids.
This is another proof coin. It's from the U.S. Mint, and it's for the 230th anniversary of the United States Marine Corps.
Whoa.
Now, I said earlier that I know who went through as much hell as you, and past Commander Bodie has some roses for your beautiful wife, and I'm going to ask him to present her to her. And you'll notice the ribbon is the Medal of Honor colors. And then last, I know you'll never wear this. I know you'll never wear this, Bob. You're probably just hanging on the wall. But here's a U.S. Marine Corps tie. And here's the most recent U.S. Marine Corps tie.
Where's that Salvation Army you got this
And,
from?
and that's it. That's all you get. So if you would undo the coins and you would,
He can't get at it.
you can open it. It's hinged. Open it, and then the coin is underneath. You can take it out. I wouldn't touch the coin itself without cotton gloves, but you can take it out so they can take a picture of it in the case and everything. And if somebody wants to come up or you want to bring it up to you, Mike.
Let's get everybody together, right?
So it was silver, wasn't the real gold one.
They sold out as gold. Okay, here's the other one.
Terry, or I should say Senator.
Terrence.
What surprise you got in here for me?
What's that, sir?
What surprise do you have in here for me?
He gave you all the surprise. He named the state after this. Oh, this is the Marine Corps.
Yeah, the box does say Marine Corps
With a pin.
20th anniversary silver dollar proof coin.
Oh, it's inside. That's in another case. That's nice. Yeah.
It's Iwo Jima on
Iwo
it, too.
Jima.
Beautiful. Even though you put me on a ship for 140 days, I got to thank you. And way back then, I was a puffer, so it was about 10 cents for a pack of cigarettes.
Oh, yeah, 50 cents a carton.
Yeah, I'm talking about 1961. I joined and I got out Easter Sunday. Here's something. I was getting out Easter Sunday, April 10th. I joined in October 61. April 10th, I was going down, and my buddy Frisky Burnett, everybody knows him on my table, my brothers and sister. And I come in about 9 or 10 o'clock, and the first lieutenant, or the second lieutenant, I should say, was going to give me court-martial. I said, what? 0800 is discharge time. I said, look on my DW-214 and see what it shows. So we read a couple of things. I said, what religion am I? Catholic. And I said, yes. I had a hangover, but I said, is that church from 9 to 10? That's why I'm late. So I didn't get court-martialed. First and last time.
God bless.
Beautiful. Well, thank you. Thank
All
you
right.
all, wherever it came from. Hoorah!
Put it in here. Here's the case.
Anybody got a roll of paper towels? Okay,
This one.
we're going to get back to the
This
program
is
now.
here. The cover, that cover.
I have a bunch of guests here today, and everybody's a special guest, or you wouldn't have been invited here today.
That's it.
But this day is about this wonderful couple. And I want to acknowledge, though, that everybody that came here came by invitation, and almost everyone that's in this room tonight has in some way aided this post, veterans, veterans with disabilities, veterans in need, and been there for them all the time. That's what qualified them to come here tonight. Phil Miller, I'm looking at him, and it's not because I'm looking at Phil and not looking at the list, but I've never heard a time when taps had to be blown that Phil Miller didn't give up his business to come and blow the taps. The guys from the ambulance corps, the fire department, we have several ex-fire chiefs and deputy fire chiefs here. Bob Bodie himself was the fire chief, and he's still active with the fire department, and he's the deputy chief. Dominic DiPiero is the president of the Colombian Hose, who supports us in everything and feeds us after the 4th of July parade. We got Vinnie Malaspino, who's the current fire chief. It must be obvious to everybody that I can't see without my glasses. And we have John Pappas, deputy fire chief, and we have some of the guys who are members of the ambulance corps, and they're also members of the post. Tim Warren, the lieutenant from the ambulance corps, is here. And every one of these people, every one of them has been there for us, been there for the veterans. We do 4 barbecues, and we have Karen Grexa, who has been invaluable to every veteran. We have Lenny Varela's son, and he's been a fire chief, and he's a deputy fire chief now. And we have so many people. We also have, and I'd ask her to stand up. We have this young lady that from the Philippines who is now over at the camp, and she is a master sergeant. And let me tell you that when our people are over in Iraq or Afghanistan and everything, she's the one that knows where they are every minute. She is invaluable to everyone, and she's there for every veteran. Her husband, Bill, he takes second chair tonight. He's alongside of her. He works over there too. Now, you know, I always could miss somebody, but if I miss somebody, I'm sorry for that, but this night is about this gentleman and his wife, and it's about us together. You know, Patton, everybody tries to quote Patton, and Patton was talking about the guys that died and said, don't mourn them because they're dead. Just be proud that they lived. Well, you know, I go beyond that. Thank God that somebody like Robert O'Malley lived, and he had a cohort who went in with him who didn't get back. And you'll see in those booklets he's mentioned prominently and everything. So it's all the same thing. We all have our own war times. Charlie Hetty, stand up please, Charlie. World War II, and he was there to witness the surrender of the Japanese. He was there for the surrender of the Japanese. Charlie's been invaluable to the community and everybody else, and Charlie's been invaluable personally to me because I won't go into it, but I wouldn't have served my term in the New York State Police had Charlie not been on a committee to get me reinstated after I lost my job and fought through the courts. Charlie has always been there for every veteran and every person. And I'm not going to go into any politics tonight. You know, you can look in the law books if you want to see about me. Anyway, we also have legislators. Senator Murphy's here, Sandy Gallups here, Karen is here representing Linda Pugliese. Mary Foster, the ex-mayor, is here. Frank Catalina, our current mayor, is here with his fiancée. And the reason they got invited, to be honest with you, has nothing to do with politics, because they all know that I just don't support any particular party because the Constitution and bylaws of the American Legion forbids it, and I think it's a good philosophy. But I support every American, and I support everyone that does something good for America. Now, every one of the people at that table have supported veterans for my entire time involved with veteran situations. Mary Foster was the first one, public official, on our Heroes to Hometown Committee. The mayor is on it now besides, these people have never looked at what side of the aisle they were. When we have someone wounded or killed, the Heroes to Hometown Committee, that money that we raise through our golf outings and things like that, they're there to make sure that the money goes where it's supposed to go when we have one. And thank God, we haven't had to spend the money because no one's been killed in the current activities. But it's there. And they're there as a committee, because I won't allow a penny to be spent out of that fund unless it's spent with permission from the board. The board has never had to act, but they're ready to act. And there's city people, business people on the board who aren't here tonight. Frank Savage from the Knights of Columbus, Grand Knight, sitting here. They've supported us in every way, every shape, every time we've ever needed help for the veterans. And they do Thanksgiving for all the homeless people and everything. We aid them in that. But this is the nature of why people are here. So if you look around the room, everybody here we're grateful to. No one was invited that hasn't done something to help the veterans. Now, you got Gene over there from the Purple Heart Group, and you've got the guys here from Hawthorne local, and you can just go on and on and on. But the thing is, if I miss anybody, I'm sorry, but I'm telling you, you're unique to us, and you wouldn't be here if you didn't help. Now, we have all the members of our auxiliary. We have Pat Cortelli here. We have auxiliary members here. Our auxiliary is growing and growing, and our closet was packed, and we were cursing them out because what they were doing was putting together things to send to the people that are on active duty over there. And they were sending them over to the people that are on active duty right now. So a lot of things are taking place, and there's no one here tonight, not a one, that wasn't invited because they did something for the veterans and for the community. And Bob's yanking my chain. Now, I'm now going to turn it over to Mayor Catalina.
Thank you, John. I don't have anything to say after that. Hey, sir, on behalf of the entire city of Peekskill, I want to welcome you to the city of Peekskill.
Thank you for having me aboard.
Mr. O'Malley, we have a proclamation here welcoming you and recognizing your service to the country. But as I sat there and had dinner with ex-Mayor Foster, together we served about 10 or 11 years, and we give out a lot of these. But quite frankly, both of us and all of us in this room, I think, are humbled to be in your presence. You're a true American hero, and I'm not going to read the proclamation. The city of Peekskill is humbled to be that you're here with us. We're honored. May God bless you, sir. Thank you so much.
We built a log cabin home, so I don't have to worry about putting nails in the wall. It's not sheetrock, it's logs. So. Plenty of room.
Ladies before gentlemen, so I'm going to ask Assemblywoman Gallup up here first, and then Senator Murphy. I was always terrible in recognizing rank also.
I just want to say it's so easy to be a friend of veterans, isn't it? All of us. Because there's nothing more special than the service that you've had to our country, all of the veterans here, and especially you. I don't think I've ever met a Congressional Medal of Honor person.
President Johnson gave me one. If I could make President Johnson kiss all the girls.
I actually, probably President Johnson kissed a lot of girls. What do you think?
No, I made him kiss the
You
girl.
made him kiss
yes,
the
I was kissing
girls.
him on a recession. Bing, bing, bing.
Oh, my goodness. Anyway, it is such an honor for me to be here with you because there aren't many people in your situation. And I guess yesterday we were honoring you for New York State Medal of Honor, too. So it's kind of like you've been getting a lot of honors. And I don't know how many cakes you've had in the last few days. Have you had a lot of cakes?
A lot of brandy.
No, he's had a lot of brandy.
Okay, here's one. Here's one for everybody. Talks. Barbara lives, I've been Woodside, New York all my life, and Barbara lives in Goldthwaite, Texas. She did a beautiful print, and I signed it 1,250 times. If anybody wants me to sign a book, I'd be willing to. But she lives in a dry county, so that's why I want to come back to New York. I really great. Our population was only 1,700. I had to go to Fort Hood to get my case six-pack bourbon.
My goodness, you know, if you stay in New York long enough, we might vote to have liquor in the movies.
Whoa.
That's what.
Outdoor movies?
There's a consideration to do that. Anyway, on a very serious note, I have a citation from the New York State Assembly, and we're all so proud of you and just want to be part of your congratulations and those of everybody here that is adding to this wonderful moment for you. So, congratulations. A kiss again. Wait a second. Now open it up. Make it official.
I'm sure she will.
Who has a lumber
Thank you.
company? I need some nails to put all these up.
Yeah. First of all, it is an absolute honor and a privilege to be here. Anything that we could ever do for our veterans, you can count me in. It's that simple. We should have the red carpet rolled out for anybody who defends the United States of America. We had a ceremony down at the Kensico Dam yesterday, and I had the privilege of sitting next to this guy. I've never been in the presence of anybody who has received the Medal of Honor. And in New York State, we have just over 650 people who have received the Medal of Honor. In the United States of America, we have, I think it is 3,497. Close, right there. That's in the United States of America. 20 million people in New York State. There's just over 650. It is incredible to hear this guy's story. And to be there yesterday, and like the mayor said and the assemblywoman said, it's just, your hair stands up on your hand to be in the presence of these people. And Rob leans over to me and he said, come here, Senator, come here. I thought he was gonna, kind of give me, he gives me one of these beautiful Marine Corps challenge coins that has the Medal of Honor on the back of it with not one, but 3 Purple Hearts that this gentleman has received. I stand here proud as an American, and my father had served in the Korean War, but again, it is an absolute honor and a privilege to be able to meet you and the other people that are serving the United States. Thank you. Thank you. For the past, the present, and the future, I think yesterday we swore in, it was close to 25 or 30 new, 33 new United States Army. I would say, I don't even want to say kids, but they looked very, very young, didn't they? But it was a great ceremony, and I can't thank you all for allowing me to be here for say a few words, but this is something very, very special that I'll never forget. So thank you all very much. Yeah, of course you can. Of course. God bless.
God bless.
We're going to have Karen Grexa, but she's gonna wait a minute.
Uh-oh.
See, I'm never consistent. We need you, Mr. O'Malley, to take the first cut of the cake so they can take it away and cut it up so everybody can eat it. And I'm gonna trust you with a knife. There's a big one.
I need a machete. Or an officer's sword.
Two knives, man.
Put it up. You can put it up.
Go ahead.
Cut it wherever you think it ought to be cut.
Him and John.
They'll take care of it.
I'll leave my name, half my name there.
Where's the thing that?
Where's the cake lady? Oh, strawberry. All right, Bob. Perfect piece. Perfect piece.
All right.
Now you need the floor.
That's yours. How about your wife? Cut her a piece, and the rest of us will wait. There you go.
Get the first piece, all right? I know, right? That's your husband, that little bit? Is that right?
And now we'll have Karen Grexa. He can hold off on the cake for a moment. Karen's from the town of Cortland. Bob, Linda Pugliese, the town supervisor. She has been out there picketing in front of the hospital, I don't know how many times, and what kind of weather.
Yeah, for the veterans, right, in front of the VA. Anyway, it's my pleasure to represent the town of Cortland and our supervisor, Linda Pugliese. It's an honor. And we have a proclamation here for you. I'm not going to read it because when you go home, you could read them all. Okay? But it's my pleasure, and
Love you too, dear.
thank you for your service.
No nails for this one.
Yeah.
Oh, well, why not? I got nothing against the town of Cortland. You had something you want to say? Okay. Come on up.
Hey, Ness, come on up, please.
We have a special request for a presentation. And from two fine people who are making sure that we have our freedoms. Here they are.
I need my glasses, too. Okay. So, Mr. O'Malley, on behalf of the United States Army, I was deployed in 2014 to Afghanistan, and during that time, I had 3 flags flown over the country, and they also were on operation during one of our convoy escort team operations. And I gave one to a fireman that served during 9/11, who was now injured, and I want you to have the second one. This certificate is in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. The flag of the United States of America accompanying this certificate was proudly flown over multinational base Camp Marmal, Mazar Sharif, Afghanistan. The flag was flown on July 18, 2014, and then carried during convoy escort team operations.
July 18th, did you say?
Yes, July 18th, sir. Is that special to you?
1865, I went to Vietnam. Duh. Wrong year.
Wrong year. So it's presented to Robert E. O'Malley, and it's an honor to meet you. In honor of your service to the nation, the Marine Corps, the United States Naval Service, thank you for your service. 1569 Transportation Company, New York Army National Guard.
I got a couple things to say. For one thing, you're from the Philippines, right? I had a Budweiser here. I wish you would have brought me a San Miguel. Condemnation. Absolutely.
This is also, we also have a coin for you. The Army National Guard honors and salutes you with our coin. Just one more little thing. So this was the 369th flag that we wear. This is our crest. It stands for the Harlem Hellfighters, which is also known as the Buffalo Soldiers, and they're in history. So that's what we were, and that's what we wear now.
Recognize it.
And this is the unit I was with, 10th Sustainment Brigade in Afghanistan. I want you to have it. Okay. Can I get a picture of you?
Sure. Have you guys been to Fort Hood?
Oh yeah, plenty of times. That's where I moved out of.
That's where I live.
Oh, okay.
I heard of Goldthwaite, Carpet's Cove. I'm 68 miles away. I go there once a month, like I mentioned before, get my six-pack. It's Fort Hood. Since she's a Filipino, I was in the Philippines, and way back in '63, before you were born, of course. And I can see you. Okay, I'm gonna say no, but there's a beer out there called San Miguel. I think it's, what the proof is it? 8 or 9%?
I don't drink.
I don't know. Yeah,
But I know
your town
everybody
beer.
likes
Oh, yeah.
it. Everybody likes it.
You have two of them.
Everybody
You're
that goes
gaga.
there likes
Just
it.
two. We were only there for about 2 weeks training.
That's it.
Watching
Along
it.
the pole?
Yes, along the pole.
Did you like it?
I loved it. I went off the streets. You're not supposed to go off the streets and along the pole. They had 150 bars more than Woodside. On either side of the street. MPs come up and down, throw you out of bar. You just run across the street until they get to that area, go this way, back and forth. So I did love it there for 2 weeks.
Well, I just want to thank you so much too. Thank you for your service too. Those are my desks.
In the middle, honey. Oh, she goes in the middle.
Oh, she goes in, okay. Oh, that's right, gotta have her go in the middle, that's right.
In case you forgot to hug her today.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. One more. There we go. Got it.
That's where I moved it like that. She's been there.
I went.
E9 already? Wait, here's a second. When I joined in '69, my base pay was $69. You guys are rich.
Thank you so much for your service.
We hired a band with a Chester. Oh, really? Sergeant, yes, Sergeant.
Who's got the pickup truck for me?
Sergeant Lopez did before. Yeah, she retired. We both did. Give me something, let me put it away. Where's that thing?
Anyone that's interested, the cake is being served, so you can go up and get the cake. I forgot to mention Sergeant O'Malley's brother-in-law and wife, Dick Boyer and his wife, are here also. So, and I probably could get thrown out of the Legion. Rich Calvo is the Sergeant at Arms for the district and for the state. And anyone else that I forgot, I apologize. Chalk it up to old age. And I want to tell you that, again, every one of you here is special, but we're all just so privileged to be able to stand on the same ground with a man that did what he did. Take care. Go get your cake.
One more time. Since I mentioned my family's here, here's a pretty good story. My brother-in-law talks all the time. Yes, when they put me up for the Medal of Honors, probably October or else November 1965 or 66. I was out of service about 8 or 10 months, and they let me know that I was on the way to Florida, and Colonel Moore, I still remember the colonel after 1950 some odd years, in 65, he says, you're up for the Medal of Honor. Don't talk to anybody about it. It can't go out to the news media. If it was, the president will drop you down a Bronze Star, Silver Star, Navy Cross, blah, blah. So, of course, I didn't say nothing. I kept on going to fly. I said, we want you up in Washington. I said, I got $300 or $400. I'm a Vietnam new vet coming out of service then, my attitude problems. So I turned around and said, oh, I'm going south. I'm not going north yet. I just passed you. Why didn't you tell me 2 weeks ago? But anyway, I went to Florida. He said, call every day. I didn't, of course. That's where my taxpayers' money go. I'm not paying tax to call myself every day and where I should be and blah, blah. So lo and behold, I finally got home. I get up to Washington. I let him know I'm coming into town. So he met me outside in the Holiday Inn somewhere on the highway. So I was in my Neil, my brother-in-law's sister's car, Michelle's Commandeer, 1961, was it? No, 65? It was a 65 Commandeer, a little red one. So. Commandeer. Yeah. It's a VW. But anyway, I went up there and I saw a Marine Corps car and the colonel was sitting in it, and I turned around, went up to him and said, you lost, son? No, I'm Bob O'Malley with a full goatee on. Duh! We're taking you to Washington, give you a haircut, put a uniform on you. I said, I'm out of service, sir. Unless you're going to pay me for going back for a day or something. So lo and behold, I went up to New York. He said, don't tell anybody again. You'll have your immediate comrades at arms, and you'll have your family. So that's great. And I said, well, great. My sister's 9 months pregnant. She says, oh, she can't go. Well, call a protocol in Washington, D.C., probably the Commandant Marine Corps. I'm not going till my sister has a baby or some other time. Pick another date. I don't like the date you're giving me. So anyway, they turned around and said, well, we'll add it up. She's really not that far gone, a week or two, so we could slip her in there. But anyway, we went to Washington. The president wasn't there. So lo and behold, our president, LBJ, was doing a Joint Chief of Staff meeting, all the branches of the service down Austin, Texas, dedicating the federal building. So he's there and I'm here. I come to see him. He's not there for me. They gave me Air Force One to go down and get my medal. Hoorah! Free! So my sister's pregnant, says they gave us an Air Force doctor, nurse. And the doctor they gave us never delivered a baby. Duh! That's Air Force for you. So, sorry guys. But anyway, Eileen turned around. Didn't have it that day. She waited till the day she got home. But Neil says, have it here, be free. That was my good old brother-in-law. What do you got, 55 years of marriage already? 53. I'm off by 2. Well, that's the story about flying in Air Force One and everything else.
Well, if I can't say anything except let them eat cake. If you want it, you go get it. It's up there near the coffee. And, you know, after you had the cake and everything, we're going to thank God for the blessing of being with him and with his dear wife. And thank God that he's here with us tonight.